Welcome to the fitness podcast Beyond the Workout, featuring your host, Coach E, where we give you health and fitness tips that go beyond the gym and help you along your fitness journey. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. Hey everyone, Coach E here, and I welcome you to another episode of Beyond the Workout. In this show, I'm actually going to be interviewing a former client of mine, someone that really fits the type of person I enjoy training, giving fitness and nutrition tips to. So I want you to sit back, listen carefully to what he says, because he's very open and honest about his life, his lifestyle, and what he wants to accomplish. So enjoy this show of Beyond the Workout. Here we go. All right, so everyone, welcome to this show, Beyond the Workout. And as you heard in the intro, we got a friend of mine, also a former client of mine, Joel Mollison. So, Joel, I welcome you to this show. And we've been talking a little bit offline, so you kind of prepared with what I'm going to be talking to you about. But first, I want everybody to know a little bit about you. You married? For how long? And what keeps you busy? What is your job? What are your personal things you do? Just a little bit so we can know you're a real person out there working hard.
Yeah, yeah. Where I live, I live in North Carolina, and I work for a utility company. I've been there about over 20 something odd years. I've been married now for about be 30 years in May.
Wow.
And no kids. And that's about it. That's about it.
Do you care to give your age? A lot of people don't want to say their age. You say you've been married 30 years, but do you want to say how old you are right now?
Yeah, I'll be 51 in July.
51 in July. So the reason I asked you to, tell me your age, because I want those who are listening to this to know that my ideal client, ideal person is anyone 50 years old and older. And that's why you are actually my very first client style guest that I've had on this show. And I just want to have you on so we can know a little bit about what you're going through, because you're a health person. You love, what did you say? You're a gym rat, right? You love fitness.
Yeah, I love going to the gym, but it's the hard thing is just trying to, diet consistently, eat right, have a healthy lifestyle.
Right.
Because there's so much, so many different things out there for you to look at, and to read. It gets confusing after a while. It's just like, what do you do? You hear people, well, I do keto or carnivore or Atkins or, but it's just like, what do you do? Because, it comes a point where, okay, now myself, I need to drop weight. I really do need to get this weight off myself.
And why is that? Why do you have to get that weight off? What, your doctor say anything about it? Why do you have to get it off?
Oh, it's just for for my health, for one. And you got to do it. I need to do it for myself,
right?
And also, it's just, I think I feel a whole lot better if I dropped about 100 pounds.
Right.
So
right.
I'm a big guy, so I like to eat. I'm a social eater, so it's just, I mean, most of us are. Some people can turn it on and turn it off. And I'm not one of those persons. I admire people that can do that. Bodybuilders and people who are athletes. They have this mindset where they just click. And I'm not that type of person. I need to be.
But you are a bodybuilder. I'm gonna tell you, you're a bodybuilder because you were my client for a few months, and you were telling me some of the moves that you wanted to do, and because you knew the techniques and stuff, and how you wanted to stay into the heavy lifting. So you know your stuff. You know it. That's the interesting thing. We know what we need to do, but it's just really hard to do. And another question I wanted to ask you centering around your work, and that's why I asked you what you do. Um, what are your hours like? What is your working hours? I know they vary.
My see now see that that's a good point because work wise, my shift starts at 7:45,
In the
and
morning.
I'm so
In the morning.
in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, 7:45. So they give us maybe 15-20 minutes to get to our first call or whatever. And
Okay.
then throughout the day, you have your calls, and then on top of that, you may have emergency calls that come up. And so
Mhm.
now your day is being pushed back further. So like this evening, I had planned. I started off with 5 calls, but the driving distance, that
Yeah.
catches up with you at the end of the day, and then having to, do an emergency call, which in this case it turned out to be nothing.
Well,
But
that's good, right?
yeah, it's good. And then we have to pull call out. So we have to pull after hours. Your utility company, you're actually on call 24 hours a day.
Right.
So you may not be on call, but something bad happens, you got to go. So like when my primary call out, my shift starts at 2 o'clock now to 10 o'clock.
Wow.
But then after I come off of that, one week I'm back on my regular shift, and then the following week I'm on my regular shift. But after hours, I'm the backup to the man on call if something bad happens to him. So you know, being on primary call is not bad because you can stay on your routine of exercising. But secondary
Yeah.
call out is like a mental game because
Right.
you're in the back of your mind like, I can't, because they want you to keep your vehicle with you, and you don't want to draw attention to yourself for your job when you're out in public. So
Right.
basically, you stay home. I mean, you can do stuff at home, but I like to go walking and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
that's a beautiful thing, and because what I want to see is as we talk, and the whole point of this is me as a certified trainer. Is there anything I can give you? I'm trying to think as we talk. Is there anything I want to see if I can give you a tip at the end of this? Something that might can spark you to wherever you feel you need help and really want help because I think you got the exercising stuff down. You hit that you hit your home gym. You got the home stuff now. You might you might not be
yeah,
consistent
but
with, but you got the stuff. Huh?
I got to, yeah, I do have the stuff to work out consistently, but it's just like I said, it's in the end, I prefer to be in the gym. But the
Right.
last time I was in the gym, I caught, I think I got COVID. I got COVID in the gym.
Right.
So I haven't been back since. And that's been, and by that time I had got everything in my home gym the way I wanted it. And I still want to get stuff, but it's not enough room for it. So I want to move some stuff out and get some like a new elliptical for my wife,
Mm-hmm.
but she likes the one, but it doesn't work. I mean, it functions, but the display and all that don't work. So she wants to keep it. And I got like a calisthenic station I want to get rid of, something like that. So,
Well, maybe
but
we could,
but
maybe offline we can talk more because we'll be in touch. I want to help you a
yeah,
little further, especially you being on this show to help me out. Maybe we could talk about a little bit of design because I think I have an idea what tip I can give you based on something you just said. But I want to focus now on what is your health and fitness desire. Let's talk on the desire. What do you desire for? You said you need to lose a lot of weight, but what do you really desire overall for you?
man, I would love to go back down to like my suits. Oh, I would love to get back down into like a 40 waist, 40
Mm-hmm.
waist, at
Mm-hmm.
40 and below. So when I got married, it's just like I kept on putting on weight, putting on weight, putting on weight. So I would like to get down to a nice suit size again. Because sometimes bigger people, our clothes don't lay right. Sometimes they lay right, but
Okay.
you just
Okay.
You know.
It's interesting
Right.
because my next question was going to be why is that such a desire? But you just laid it out, and it's an appearance thing, and it's okay to have that want with appearance, and you're not being how would you say it? I guess I say small minded or conceited. It's not conceited at all. It's we
No,
should look
no,
for those
it's
things because those things are measurable. And then you said you
yeah,
want to work on your health too, right? You want to overall feel good.
yeah.
So so since we understand that and the desires, the other question I wanted to ask you, what kind of goals have you I mean, do you have or are you setting to accomplish those desires? What are your goals? You put things in place to accomplish that. What are you wanting to do? Even if you haven't done it, what are some of the goals you want to do to see yourself get there?
Well, work out consistently,
Mm-hmm.
uh, cardio consistently. Even if it's like 30 minutes to an hour a day, as long as you're doing it consistently
Mm-hmm.
and keep track of my intake of food and stuff so that I can hit underneath the calorie, go into that deficit where my metabolism will kick in and start working,
Mm-hmm.
so that'd be wonderful. So I know diet is 90% of losing weight. So, like I said, I'm an eater.
Every look, you believe it or not, everybody is on a diet. You either on a diet that's good for you or a diet that's bad for you. You're eating. So let me
Yeah.
ask you this then. Just from you saying what you just said, how did that make you feel mentally? How did you just feel mentally, emotionally talking about that? What did it feel like? Did it feel like it was just humdrum, drudgery, or did you feel a sense of excitement? What did you feel?
Well, you know, struggling with weight loss is real. I mean, so either you're gonna put up or you need to shut up. So so I'm I'm about at that point where I need to put up or stop talking about it because
Mhm.
when like on this podcast, you put yourself out there, and other people will recognize you. Oh, I remember, how are you coming along with that? People hold you accountable when you
Mhm.
put it out there. So
Mhm.
you got to hold yourself. I need to hold myself accountable. So,
Yeah. That's good, but
so
it almost sounded like I heard in your voice where it was like, I need to do, but it wasn't that excitement because you probably looking at how far down the road this could be for you. Because I always tell people, I'm 57 years old, and if I put on weight over 57 years, I can't expect to lose it in 6 months.
yeah,
It
yeah.
took me this long, and now where with the way, I'm not putting us on the same level. What you say is true. We all struggle with it, but I've come to find out that my genetics are kicking in, and when you start fighting genetics, you can't win. But
Mhm.
you can do it, and I'm gonna tell you this brief story, and the reason why I say you can accomplish something. You can't change your body shape. Whatever you were going to be like, genetically, that's what you're going to be.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you this brief story about Michelle. My wife Michelle. She was struggling at one point with her weight, and she kept blaming the hormones, blaming the hormones. It's the hormones. I'm a woman. Blah blah blah. And I was like, well, that isn't true. I know you can do it. You just have to put these things into place and you can do it. And I don't know what clicked with her, but she started hitting. And now she looked like she can't even put on weight. She
Oh
her
wow.
whole her whole appearance just totally changed. And I can't take the weight off. And she's just like
Oh.
she could eat almost anything and just still be just that ideal size.
uh,
And and I think it's because she set her mind to it. She
yeah.
was motivated and she was going to do it, and she started seeing this accomplishment. And so going back to you though, talking about these goals, you do have this goal. Did we even hit that? What your goals are? The little stepping stones you want to take to doing this? Did you
Oh
talk about
man,
that?
no, we didn't talk about that. No,
Okay, that's what I was
no.
trying to get from you because I want to see what your mindset is on these stepping stones. What do you did mention it because you said the calorie deficits, being consistent. So that's what you talk about. And that's general, but will that work for Joel? Is that what Joel could do being on a schedule like he is on?
I, well, because the monotony of eating the same foods over and over again, you know, that's the wall you hit. So you gotta you gotta stay. For myself, I know I need to stay on this path. If I'm gonna do it, I need to stay consistent for at least 3 weeks, 4 weeks at the most. And then you could add in something like a cheat meal or something like that. But when you have when you have association and friends and family,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but then it's your food choices when you eat out then
Mm-hmm.
too. So
That's right.
so it all you know what to do is just doing it. Just doing it.
That's all of us. So looking at these goals, being consistent, if you were to be consistent, if you were to stick with your eating, stick with your exercise, when do you see yourself accomplishing your your ideal, would you say your waist size 40 and below, knocking off 100 pounds of weight? When do you actually envision this? Do you envision this in 1 to 3 years, 3 to 5 years, or longer? What do you see? When do you
Oh
see this
wow.
happening?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know here. I mean, look, I would love to see it in 2 years, 2 years, 3 years at the most. I would love to see that. But just being realistic, being, life happens, and we, you got to, and with weight loss and being fit is you got to put yourself first.
Well,
You got to put yourself first.
Well,
So
I'm hearing. Let me tell you something. I hear a lot that you're saying, and I got a lot
uh-huh.
that I can tell you. Um,
Okay.
and but before we get that, because I want to end this with a tip that I can give you, but you got to tell me where do you want this tip. I'm gonna give you three choices. You say I want it on this particular thing, and I might just throw a bonus one out there for you, but because I
Okay.
really think you got the exercise down. But you were my client before. You know, we were trying to do this thing online where I wasn't there with you. I was giving you exercises to do. But what kind of fitness coach do you want and do you need? What kind of coach do you need? Do you need somebody that work with you online, virtually, or what do
I
you really need?
I prefer myself. I prefer to have somebody there with me. I
In person.
prefer if I'm gonna have a coach, I want to see my coach. I want to look at him and say, okay, that's who I want to be like. So not only do you motivate me by pushing me to work out and go the extra, get that extra rep in when you just want to give up. In your mind, you think you're done, but when you know it's about done, you get extra strong. You go
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
Coaching online, again, coaches who coach online, their clients are disciplined people, and they know what they want, and whoever they are, they can focus and they can get it done. But I'm the type of, my first coach I ever had here, his name was Cliff, and he was a bodybuilder too, and he competed, but he he really pushed me. I mean, and it similar stuff that you did too,
Mhm.
but it was like he was there. He was there. So I appreciated that.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't there because we live a significant distance now. You
yeah,
would have
yeah,
to pay me. You have to pay me at least
yeah,
a
I would have
dollar
to
per
pay
mile
you.
to drive out to you. And to drive back home. 'Cause I have to really get paid.
Yeah, and I understand that wouldn't have been practical.
Yeah.
So but it's you know now after this pandemic is over, you still got the jitters a little bit. I don't want to bring some, because you don't know what people do outside, your home, and what they have to, they're around other people, how they, about mask wearing and stuff like that, had they been vaccinated. All this other stuff has popped up since COVID, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I caught COVID at the gym, that was the last time I was in the gym.
And you know what?
That's why I think I got
You're speaking truth, you're speaking honest, and that's why I wanted to have someone like you on this show because you hear a lot of fitness shows, they talk to other fitness professionals or what people should do. And I just thought, why not talk to the client? Why not talk to the person that's going through that? I did say you were the first, but you're the first in my age range. I did have another person on, but he's in his mid 40s. But he was being real about what he was trying to do, and I was trying to talk to him about being consistent or being reasonable and making sure you can accomplish this goal. So I have a lot that I want to give you, but I'm gonna leave it up to you. You wanted me to give you a tip on something. It could be something dealing with mental, physical
Mhm.
fitness, or your nutrition. What kind of tip do you think you would want from me right now? And I can see if I got something for you. You got to pick from mental, physical fitness, or nutrition. And like I said, I think you got the physical fitness down, but I can do
Okay,
the
so what about mental? Mental.
okay, mental. I'm glad you said that because because the reason I say I'm glad you said that because you kind of put up some barriers before yourself just talking here with me, like trying to be consistent. It's kind of hard. I have a schedule that flip flops on me. I'm addicted to food. I'm a social eater. So what you're actually doing is you're putting up the problem before you, and you're making it so high that it looks like you can't get over it. And on top of that, you're at a condition where you feel like, I don't know when, I can't see when I'm going to get to this. I can't see myself. So, my tip for you is to change your mindset as, first of all, seeing yourself get there. Pick a time. If you say, I want to do it in 2 years, make it 4 years because now it's further out, but you still want the 2 years, but I can see myself there in 4 years. Double that. And then attack the consistency with joy. So I'm reading a book called The Happiness Advantage. In my last show, I talked about it, and I actually posted a link to ordering that book on my website. The Happiness Advantage said before you go to attack something with not attack, I shouldn't say attack, but do something that might be challenging. Think of something in your life that made you happy. And it could have been 10 years ago, it could have been 20, been 30 years ago when you got married. If that made you happy, think of that happy moment. Then get up and do your your treadmill, your elliptical, or go for a walk. Get that in. But mentally make it enjoyable because you put something enjoyable before you. And then don't look at all these things you built in front of you as a problem. Look at them as a challenge. And the reason you look at them as a challenge because problems can be overwhelming. Challenges can be overcome. So you want to
Mhm.
look at that as a challenge. I'm gonna get through it, and I want you to work on that mental ability to be consistent despite your schedule, and you do not need 30 minutes of cardio. You don't need 30. 15 minutes is all you need. If you do it consistently each and every day, go for a walk each and every day, 7 days a week, that's consistency. And then look at it after you get to that 3 weeks, add another 3 weeks, add 3 months, then add 6 months. Do it every single day. Get on your cardio equipment for 20, 15, 20 minutes. That's it. And I think you'll start to see these results. So I hope that's a mental tip that helps, to look
Mhm.
at it with joy and not as a sigh or as a problem. It's a joy that you can do it, and it's a challenge that you're going to overcome. You think you can do that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So here's what I want to do for those out there who are listening to this, and feel free to share this with your friends and and family so they can listen to what you're going through. So they can, like you said, hold you accountable and see what your challenges are. And I'll let you know when it's made available. Um, but what I might want to do is later have you on again, or if you can't make it, because you've seen shows where they do where are they now? What has happened now? so so it's like suppose I don't want to say 3 weeks from now, but suppose I had you back 3 months from now, or 6 months from now. Can you come and
Okay.
say, hey, I'm a little bit closer? Hey, that I started doing that. Of course, I want to help you, on the side too. If you have any, you could always text me and we can talk. I like to encourage. I always feel you can motivate yourself. I can
Yeah.
encourage you. So you got to motivate. And hopefully, having those happy thoughts to do those challenging things will motivate you to keep going.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
Oh, okay. We have to do it.
Yeah, that's it. And if right now we've been talking probably about 20 minutes or so. I was trying to look at the time when we started, but we I think we've been talking for about 30 minutes, but offline too. I mean, you could have been on your elliptical and talking to me. You could have been out walking. Oh, can I give you this one little tip? I'm gonna give you one little tip
Yeah.
for physical fitness. I said I knew I might give you a bonus. So, my job requires me to drive around and go call to call too. One thing I would recommend, and you probably know your area, is um find a park. Just you can Google parks near me and go and get out your truck if you have a little break and just walk it for 15 minutes if it has a walking trail. Just get out, go away from your truck, walk, come back. If you do that outdoors, it'll make you feel good. You know, you don't have to do it every single day because it might be raining, might be bad day, you might be super busy, but if you can just find that moment to take a 15-minute walk in a park, man, it's a mentally good feeling. So that's my
Okay.
physical fitness tip for you. So
Okay.
how you feel about
All right.
it? How you feel about this? What do you think? Just
What? We
being on
still
my show
recording?
and talking. Yeah, I'm still recording. I'm still recording. I want people to know how Joel is feeling. You just put yourself out there. Keep going. We're gonna talk a little
Well,
bit.
I mean, I well, yeah, you have the, yeah, your assessment is good. The
Okay.
assessment is good. So be positive. Uh, find happy thoughts to use that as motivation. And if I have time, which I probably don't, doing my work schedule out there, walk around, people are like, why you pee my but be consistent in exercising. My time for doing cardio in the morning, and then if I weight train, it'll be in the evening. But if I get up early enough, but it's hard. The older I get, the harder it is for me to wake up in the morning like I used to.
Well, that's the thing about thinking happy. So when that alarm go off, if you thinking about, oh, I don't want to give up, you see what you just put in your mind.
Oh
Remember,
yeah,
think of something happy. You know what? Man, I remember this happened. Or I remember that happened. Oh, I remember my wedding day. We did boom, bounce up and go get on that piece of equipment for 15, 20 minutes. And the reason I say that because I started my job about a month and a half ago, and I have been
oh
consistently getting on my elliptical every single morning except Sundays. Every single
yeah,
morning, I'm on it for 20 minutes. And
20 minutes.
sometimes, like I think one night I didn't go to bed, couldn't go to sleep. It was like midnight. And I get up around 5:30, 5:40, and I get up on and I
Yeah,
get on that, drink a little water, and I get on the elliptical. And I just go through it. I'm reading something, listening to something, music, and I'm just getting through it. And 20 minutes goes just like that. Then I get ready and
yeah,
go enjoy my day. And I don't go real hard. You don't want to go real like busting hard and sweating. I'm just going at a steady pace because then after that, I eat my breakfast. So I'm giving you a lot of tips here now.
yeah,
But I want you to think the happy part and that you're not facing problems, you're facing challenges because problems can be overwhelming. challenges can be
Yeah.
overcome. So let's focus on those few things. Get your walking in, your that little bit of cardio in every single day. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave you with this because I have one more question for you. I'll leave you with this is that you have more than enough equipment to do what you need to do in the gym, in your home gym. And I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna tell you this. You can do everything in under 20 minutes. Everything you need to do in under 20 minutes. So anyway, that's something I'm gonna talk to people about later down the road. I'm working on something that I want to share with folks. And if you care, is there any way people could follow you on social media? Do you have anywhere they can see
I ain't
you?
doing all that. I
You
ain't
don't
all
do
that.
you're not into
I
social
don't do
media?
social media. No, I'm not. I look. I got Facebook. I just look at some of the clips on it. And that's it.
So you don't post
No.
anything on Facebook? People can't see you on Facebook and watch your
Nope.
progress on Facebook?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I wish I was like that. I'm not a social media person either. It's hard for me to post something, but I do like this. I love talking on my podcast.
Uh-huh.
And I want to thank you for being here. And we're gonna have you back, or at least have the results back. I'm gonna take note of this. 3 months, 6 months. We're gonna tell friends where are you now? Did he do it or did he not do it? We're gonna talk about it, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Say goodbye. Say goodbye to my folks out there.
Oh, nice talking to you, Eric, and whoever's listening.
A lot of people be listening. All right.
Oh, for
Well,
real.
that was a fun interview to do. I hope you all relate to what Joel was talking about and enjoyed the show as well. If you want some help from a coach, I do online personal training, online coaching. Reach out to me at ericdunstan.com. Just hit the button, let's chat, let's talk, and see if we can relate. All right. Until next show, you all be good, be safe, take care.